Morning, guys. I'm at a local beach. Well, it's kind of the harbor side part of the beach that I actually haven't been to in a few months. Actually, since I think October was the last beach clean day I did here. And yeah, it's kind of the perfect time for this time of year because it's almost February and it's not freezing cold, it's not windy, it's not rainy, it's not snowy. So it's cold and gray, which means there's not many beach goers out here to kind of get in your way and litter while you're picking up or whatever the case is. But yeah, it's nice enough where I don't mind coming out here, certainly. And so I figured I'd come back to this spot because this is one of the places where a few years ago, if you go back in the archives on this channel, I did a 1,000 tennis ball beach cleanup collaboration with Wilson Sporting Goods. So maybe I'll link that in the description. And anyways, this was one of the spots that I came to because I noticed some harborside tennis courts nearby. And of course, I found a lot of tennis balls here. Some pretty old, some pretty fresh. So yeah, I haven't been back to this part of the beach, this harborside part or whatever it is, inlet bay, I don't know what you would call it. But anyways, I figured I'd come back and see after a couple years, few years, however long it's been, if there are more tennis balls. So I have no idea how many I'll find, if I'll find any, but hey, you never know, like I say, until you get out here and actually look. So I got my picker, my bag, and let's get into it. Yeah, these tidal marshy lowlands, I guess we might call them, are prime spots where I find old abandoned tennis balls. They seem to kind of wash up and get caught in the reeds or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know how many I'll find actually, but unfortunately there's plenty of other trash. So best case scenario, I'll just pick up that. But yeah, let's do some loops around in these sort of flat marshy areas, and I'm sure we'll find some. So yeah, let's get going. There's one. That's an old one, wow. Oh, look, we got some friends out here. Yeah, I should also mention that I forgot to check the tides, and luckily it is not high tide, because if it were, all of this would probably be underwater, and if not, it would be really muddy and not so much fun to beach clean like that. There also was not frost, but like ice, actual snow on the ground until like yesterday or a couple days ago, so I'm pretty confident in the lack of bugs and ticks, but something else to be really mindful of when you go into reeds and brush like this. So I'm going to check myself anyways, but it's still midwinter and hopefully we won't have a problem with that, but avoid brushing typically speaking. Always good advice. Yeah, you can see there's always other stuff in here. Water bottles, shotgun shells. These you find a ton of all year. As well, plastic shotgun shells. So those are definitely going to be out here in harbors and wetlands. So good to pick up too. I said, no shortage of shotgun shells either. Looks like we got something interesting in here. Try to weasel our way in. Not a tennis ball, but oh, looks like a kid's toy football, and it's heavy. I'm gonna count that as sporting goods, recreational trash. Nice. Body wash, because that makes sense out here. Good for us, not good for the ocean. One of the hardest things with this type of cleanup is just spotting these tennis balls. All of the ones I found so far are so far gone and degraded. They've probably been here for years, probably since I was here last. And there's actually a lot of beach cleaning that happens at this beach. It's just mostly on the ocean side, I guess you would call it, not the harbor side. Like I said, it's hard to access when it's high tide. And even when it's low tide, it's pretty mucky. And it gets really reedy and really thick in the summer. And as I said earlier as well, you don't want to go in the summer with the bugs and the ticks and all that stuff. So yeah, it's good that I'm getting some of these. But yeah, even for me, they're hard to spot and I know what they look like. But you can see they blend in just like rocks in some areas. So unless you sort of know what you're looking for, you're just going to overlook them. But luckily, we do. Huh. Free shoe. I just got to find the other one. So proof of point, walking out from the little road here to the harbor, I walked right past this guy. Ooh. Just sitting in the sand. All right, so I'm pretty satisfied with our work on the harbor side or inlet side, bay side, whatever it's called again. So I'm gonna pop on over to the beach side. I mean, I guess it's all beach, right? But anyways, like the ocean side, if you want to say that, and see if I can't find some tennis balls over here. I imagine I might, because there's areas along this beach that in the spring and summer pretty much, most of the year I feel like, it's nesting ground, so it's roped off. And it's not like you can't go in to those areas when it's not roped off, because it's just like entire swaths of beach. So if I see some stuff walking along, I'm gonna definitely pick it. And I imagine I might find some tennis balls, because I have done cleanups at this beach, like I said. And even the one I did most recently in October, those areas were still roped off, so we couldn't get in there to clean, obviously, again, because they're nesting grounds. But yeah, I mean, winter, not much going on otherwise there, so might be a good time to pick up some trash. Already spotted one. That there's a bouncy ball. Oh, look at that. Ping pong ball. Getting all the balls today. It says master quality plastic, huh? Made in Germany, what the heck? That's a new one. Aha, I knew it. Look at that, fresh ones right here. There's another one down that way. I don't know if you can see it, but they're out here. Oh, there's nothing quite like combing the beach for trash. Well, the good news is that I'm not finding a ton of tennis balls on this side, actually. However, the bad news is that this side is absolutely trashed. And it's not too surprising. You know, a lot of people, I say this so many times in videos, they assume that most of the beach trash you find is just going to be people littering. But, I mean, yes, sure, some of this is left over from the summer. But, I mean, there's not just bottle caps and straws here like you would expect. There's lotion bottles and chapsticks and all sorts of other things that are probably the result of street side runoff. And again, over the winter, there's nobody really out here cleaning. I actually saw one guy with a bag, but not nearly as many. The group cleanups, the big group efforts, don't start until the spring, probably like March at the earliest, April. People will be coming out here in droves. And that's the other good news is I happen to be the faculty advisor for my university's environmental club. So I will be taking them to this very beach to beach clean, as I've done before. So yeah, there will be no shortage of stuff for us to get. We actually came here this previous fall, and we got a nice haul. So yeah, these sort of like reedy areas of just, I don't know, I guess it's tidal spots where the water comes up to or runs down to, I don't know. But that's where I'm finding so much just probably street side runoff, but also other beach litter that's just kind of gotten stuck, tangled in these weeds. So yeah, we'll definitely be back here to get more of that. But for now, we're just going to head back. I'll pick up some other stuff as I go along, but still looking for them tennis balls and apparently other types of balls too. So yeah, maybe some more strange finds to come. We'll see. Oh, here's the mother lode. Now that is a big ball. Definitely plastic. Actually, interior looks like a tennis ball. Crazy. Oh look, beach couch cushion things. What's the phrase? Come on, man. Really? That's a lot of plastic. You know, I always tell people every time I beach clean, I find something new for the first time. And a coconut in January in New York is definitely a first time find. That's a weird one. So the final count for today was 15 balls, and that includes the other types of balls I found. Obviously, I went out looking for tennis balls, but like I always say, you never know what you actually find, and some of those other ones were kind of first-time finds. I'd never really found that toy football. I mean, I found ping pong balls maybe in the past, but not this fancy one. What does it say? You can't really tell. Master quality plastic. So I always like to keep one piece of trash if there's something really interesting from a beach clean, and master quality plastic G40 plus made in Germany is definitely a first time find. So I'm going to hold on to that and put it in my trash treasure. Wow, it's early and I'm tired. Trash treasure trove. There's no editing here. This is just, you see the full experience of doing a beach clean and trying to record it. Anyways, yeah, I mean, that's the good news, is that there weren't a lot of tennis balls. As I said at the beginning of the video, I've come out here and done a couple hour beach cleans and collected 40, 50 tennis balls. So the fact that I only got 15 is kind of cool. It's kind of good to see. However, the not so good news, as I also mentioned earlier, is the fact that I could have easily filled up my bag, not really walking far from the parking lot, let alone half a mile down like I went. So there's so much more trash out here. But like I said, I'm in the fortunate position to be able to help organize some beach cleanup. So I'm definitely going to be doing that moving forward. And there's a lot of beach cleaners who come here in the spring and summertime anyway. So more with that to come. And, you know, I might come back here even before then to do another beach clean challenge. If you follow my videos, you know I love a good beach clean challenge. And I would imagine if I did even an 1 hour beach clean challenge, I could collect 500 bottle caps. I could collect 100 shotgun shells, something like that. So stay tuned, because I may try something like that in the coming weeks, weather pending, of course, this time of year. as I've said, it's always tricky with winter weather. But yeah, I think it would be really interesting to do one of those hour-long challenges here just to see, yeah, how many bottle caps, or, I mean, really any of the types of other debris I was finding, straws, wrappers, I could find in, again, just like an hour. So yeah, more with that to come. And I think the lessons I took away here today from this beach clean was simply the fact that there are new tennis balls, but not as many as I suspected. And it was interesting that I didn't find any green ones on the bay side, but I did only find green ones on the water ocean side. So I think these new tennis balls were probably the result of people with dogs throwing tennis balls and leaving them behind. It's always something I'm thinking about, like where those new sources of trash are coming from. And in the case of tennis balls, it's got to be either, you know, tennis courts close to the water or people throwing balls with dogs. Of course, there's a million other stories how any piece of individual trash can end up on the beach, but those are the prime ones, I suspect. So yeah, anyways, those were my main observations, what I took away. Of course, if you want to know more about tennis balls and tennis ball recycling, you can check out my videos. There may even be a playlist for the tennis ball ones, but just go back and you'll see much more tennis ball madness. I don't have beef particularly with tennis balls, but when there's so many of them that they're impeding dune grass growth, it's a problem. And they're good to pick up for those reasons, because they are rubbery, synthetic, plasticky things oftentimes. So anyways, that's pretty much everything for this beach clean. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this madness, please subscribe, share, like, all that stuff that people say on YouTube. Frankly, I just hope that you who are watching now enjoy it and take something away and maybe do a clean or change a habit or think differently. That's sort of the main point. I don't think I can win with the algorithm with having these videos have thousands and thousands of views, even though some of them have. But I don't really care about that, honestly. If I did, I would do some more crazy, wild stuff. But I'm just, you know, trying to show some personal experiences and what I learned along the way. So yeah, if you do like that, as I said, subscribe. You'll get more videos of this madness, like I say. So anyways, thanks again for joining. Hope you guys are well. And until next time, stay safe out there. Be well, clean well, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.